hop on in here. And here we are in Busan, this King of the Hill match between Mystery Heroes, I should say, between Spitfire and Fuel. And I'm interested to see. What happens.
I am interested to see, and you take a look at the different teams here. Dallas Fuel, okay. Well, you take a look. They haven't spawned in a tank yet, but Harry has gone on hit scan. He's on Sombra.
And that is that's still a hit scan, like you talked about. It's not his traditional.
It's not his normal day one.
And look at there, the early kill. Is this the early kill on Tunus effect? It is, because we have started, by the way. So we are just doing the a quick little skirmishes going on between the team.
We're trying off here early, and already, well, predictions look to be true. London just quickly getting the first Fueler eliminations, and look, it does help when the other team has not spawned in a tank yet.
There are no tanks on the field for Fuel, so I mean, not a lot of health, but they do have that 6 DPS strategy going on.
Effects coming in, was able to get Krillin, and now moving back in. Doomfist, a hero that we don't really expect to see too much here, but he's in. He's on the hunt. And Effect going, it doesn't matter, it's been nerfed. This is the hand of been dealt. Mickey and the Hanzo gonna find us, and Fuel on a, very skirmishy setup here, given to them by fate.
Mickey!
Looking for a way in. Mickey with 2.
Mickey is playing this Hanzo. He's playing it quite well. And Krillin, there's the Bastion. Hex warned us about this Bastion earlier. Taking out Taimo on the Tracer. OG on the Soldier, just chasing down Guard. And the good thing about running this very mobile DPS setup with the Mystery Heroes is that it's a lot of self-sustain.
It is. Meanwhile, Harry, he's been on the Sombra here. Low HP, but he's getting real close to building up an EMP. So this is not bad. This is not bad in the least, especially if they can get that EMP up.
Finally, Taimo, he's returned on the ball. He's returned on Hammond. He has some tanks. But as we're talking, it looks like London playing around Krillin, picking up Effect and Unko.
So this has been very back and forth. Clearly, Mystery Heroes. It's going to be chaos. It's fun chaos. It's more what do people get to get fun with, and that's a big one right there. Fuel, Effect to get a little bit of time on Junkrat.
And look at this, the emote Guard. They're playing around the shield. Look at this setup for Spitfire. They've decided to turtle on the point. They have the full, it's sort of like the pirate ship setup, but only on point.
It's a beach pirate ship, but guess what? There's the EMP. Harry's going to move in, drops the EMP, and Effect is right there. So Harry making use of that Sombra where he was down to 16 HP before, now down to 10, and Fuel going to come back in. The retake.
And something that's very important is not only they just retake the point there, but Harry's still staying on the Sombra, so he's still getting that. And now look at this composition for Fuel. Junkrat, Mei, Ball, Sim. This is the perfect point defense comp.
Perfect is one way to describe it, I'd say. But, it's better than other things you have. But you want to talk about power spikes with Spitfire. They got Mercy. That means they're 1 Mercy away from 2 Mercies.
That is true, especially when they have a Mercy with that Pharah, who, as Effect, takes out Prophet. He does a little bit of an anti-air there as the Junk.
They have the combo. RNG has gone to the Spitfire side and kind of has to here. Fuel, of course, leading in the game right now, and it's going to get a little bit chaotic, but Prophet going to fall, and there's no res for him this time.
And Nuss is also on that Zen, so just another healer, and healers are a little bit strong in Mystery Heroes. Those support heroes are quite strong. They're going to take out Mickey late, and this will sort of be a point flip for London.
London able to get back on over. And by the way, speaking of Carry Hook, Harry going to be on the Widow here, so we'll see if Harry's going to be able to...
Ooh, Effect on Ash, by the way. We're going to see a little bit of that double sniper, but Harry's going to be taken out by Prophet, so we don't get to see too much of that Carry Hook.
No, not quite, but Effect on Ash. This is something you should look to. This is a hero that he's almost certainly played during the Overwatch League 2019 season, and for now, he's having a good time. About halfway to Bob.
He is. He is, when we talked earlier in the preseason, when we talked about the John Cena comp, I'm distinctly thinking that John Cena is referring to Bob somehow. The ultimate from Ash. I think it is.
I think you'd have to, and I mean, the only problem there is that you can see Bob. You see him pretty heavily as he takes down your entire team.
Well, it's more of like it's a now you see me, now you don't, because he comes out of nowhere. He just runs in. As OG wins the melee Widow duel up on the high ground. He's also going to be Effects of Dynamite just making that gesture. And this looks to be another point flip for Dallas. They control, and this looking good because they have the double builder setup ZP. They got the Harry Hook Torb and the Unko Sim.
And OG's been putting in work on the Widow here, where Dallas feel about 1 fight away from taking this first round. Mickey, back to an old favorite on the Hog.
Ooh, the double Lucio, Prophet Fury. Look at this. They're just staying on the high ground, controlling, and here they go. Look how fast they are.
They're about to drop the beat in more ways than one. Moving on in. Harry Hook can lose his turret in the beginning, and London with the double Lucio. Almost Tales of Old here moving in, but OG on the Widow continuing to oppress. And you take a look here for the Fuel. It's looking like round 1. Going to be heading to them.
Bye-bye, Fury. You tried your best to contest the point, the double Lucio setup, but just not enough. Just didn't have the heals, didn't have the tankiness they needed after initial good setup for London. But, they're really going to have to up their Mystery Hero game.
All right. I did not realize we were heading back
but
here.
We're back to us. What's up?
I was off panel in between rounds here, but yeah, we're back.
We're back.
Back.
That's just how it be sometimes. Sometimes you're swapping between scenes, and you can't tell, but we're looking down at a monitor. So when you saw us looking down, we're watching the game, same as you.
But we're back in game. we have gone back the other way. And of course, again, we are playing Mystery Heroes, so what we see in the beginning here, completely random, is Harry Hook. Let me grab Torb. Mickey got Roadhog again.
Oh, that's Mickey actually, like, no troll. We're in Mystery Heroes. Mickey actually does have a really good Roadhog. He was someone that you get to see a lot. It's generally Taimu, you're known as the Roadhog specialist for Fuel. But Mickey actually has a very strong Roadhog himself. As you see both teams sort of running out to this, looks like Fuel in particular are going to be taking this sort of the drum area here on Busan.
Spitfire, though, actually has a pretty reasonable setup they had here. They don't have a healer, but OG going to take down Prophet. So Doomfist out immediately, and we'll see what the next string of heroes are. Loses it early, not the greatest, but OG again gets Widow, continues to do work on it.
And really the most important factor of that first fight is the effect was on Moira. They have the support hero. They have something, and that's gigantic in Mystery Heroes. Just having any sort of heals to sustain there.
Uh-oh. We got a big gun that just came onto the field. Who's going to be getting Brigida?
Gesture taking out Taimu in the back as well. I mean, another hit scan down, but effect is still up. But in return, we see a triple. This is it. It's as close. It's close to 3-3. Look, Krillin, Lucio, Guard, Moira, and the news Brigida.
They might be telling Gesture, just fall. You need to get another tank. Let's go. We're so close to living the dream. But they're moving on in. Mickey in the fall. London working on in, and this could be quite good. Gesture going to get the Tracer, and even what London has right now is a solid setup for moving in, especially if they can keep Prophet up, and he's gone.
Well, even with Prophet going down, though, that's going to be Guard, Krillin, and Noose still staying alive. They have that triple support setup. So this should be a flip. It is a flip. And now they're going to be in a very good situation because they might be able to chase down Effect.
Very much so. And, I just had a revelation here as we watch this. I feel like we've kind of crossed Hearthstone into Overwatch right now, where you're just wondering, what will they draw next?
Well, I think, that's where you just bless the top deck. You just bless the top deck, and please, Mystery Heroes, give us the top deck card. But it looks like London just continues to control the board. And Prophet, even though he lost the Ryan, he does get the Orisa back, so he still will have a tank on the field.
And what we're seeing from London, now they've been able to get a good setup, they've been taking control. Fury's been doing quite well here.
Guard, look at him. He's just going. He's, Moira's an unstoppable hero almost in Mystery Heroes where, you don't have that composition that you want, and you're so self-sustaining. Like, as London just chases into spawn, will they be able to catch what they do? They get Unko on Mercy. So this is a little bit of a brutal spawn camp. London, proving our predictions right.
The tire's already out for some reason. It's like, I'm not going to wait for them to head on out. The tire is spawn camping.
The spawn camp tire.
I mean, it does only last for a small period of time, but hey, when you're really feeling it, Taimu just immediately getting bopped.
Oh, but Effect getting Prophet, but both support on top. Mickey gets Krillin as well. Guard's going to take out Unko. I think they're going to lose this fight, but they will still keep them in spawn, London. They just can't leave. Fuel can't leave the spawn yet.
I think they're going to be able to leave soon, though. OG, who has been getting pretty remarkable luck in getting hit scan here. Things have been going well. Effect on Hanzo, a hero he's very good on historically. And Fuel starting to get the tools they need to go, but Gesture got two!
Oh, Gesture. Gesture is one of those players we've talked about. Like, he's not just a force on main tank. He's a force on Mystery Hero Tracer as well, as evidenced just right there. He trades his life for the 2 frags, but well worth.
Double Bastion for the Fuel. OG going to be losing the Ash here, but man, how good would it be for the Fuel if they got a tank? Because they don't have much time. Spitfire about to take
the Bastion's being chased down by the Brigida Moira combo. Run, Bastions! And that's going to be that. That's going to be the other round going for London.
What I want to believe here is that by the end of the day, we will have a solid working knowledge of just exactly where the Mystery Hero meta is. Like, what we should really get excited about.
I want to know the Mystery Hero meta. I want to know who's the best at Mystery Heroes. I want to see who's able to just work the algorithm in their favor, essentially. They have that flexibility in their hero pool. And it seems like, London, they brought it back. They did lose that first round. But as they say in the game, unlucky.
Yeah. And unlucky has perhaps never been more relevant.
More relevant than right here today.
For what we're watching here today in terms of what heroes you're going to get.
And it's the double Bastion again setting up for Fuel. The double Bastion could be a very strong opening setup here for them. Krillin will have one of his own, but they will have that shield. So I want to see how the Bastion long-range battle takes place.
Also, I mean, this is quite nice for the Fuel. They get the Zarya early on. Effect gets to go on one of the signature heroes. The only problem, they don't have a main tank where they want Spitfire. They get to come out with the Ryan, so I'd still actually give Spitfire a bit of an edge.
Oh, is this going to be the teleporter strat? Is London going to be taking the it's already been destroyed. Gesture, what are you doing? He charges this so deep. He's down. Now you don't have the shield.
You don't have a Ryan. That was a gift. That was the gift. Meanwhile, Unko on the Bastion. Harry Hook might be down, but they still got one Omnic left.
And Mickey just clean up those frags with OG. So that was a really good exchange for Fuel. They kept their Bastion alive. They're about to have the Bastion ult coming into this next fight. And Spitfire, that's a double Kree setup.
Yeah. So Spitfire, we'll see how they move back in. But hey, double cowboy, that used to be a thing. That used to be a strong strat.
A very strong strat. But in return, they don't have any supports. The only sustain they have is guard. So that's going to be OG taking Gesture. But he will go down at 72% to grab. But Unko, just a menace. Look how Fuel are playing around him.
Oh, man, he's going to be close to the tank soon as well. Fuel. Again, this is pretty nice when you can hold back. But Spitfire trying to move in. Just no answer for Unko yet.
There's too much sustain for Fuel. They have Unko. They're playing around him. Harry Hook is giving him value. Mickey is also just running around and fragging on Reaper. He will get taken out by Gesture again on the Tracer. The main tank just pulling out that Tracer strat.
Things you don't always expect, but here we go. Tank mode for Unko. Down 27 HP and down. Taken down from the outside by Noose. And Spitfire, though, still have to find a way to get onto the point. Noose is going to throw his body on it here. And it does look like they're getting capped, but down in the hole about 50%.
That is 50%. And this is where we see, will the Mystery Hero gods bless Fuel, allowing them to retake, or is it they're going to have to really work their magic?
We got double cowboy of their own here. Taimu going to be playing support, getting the Ana. This could work out. Could be okay.
And Guard and Fury have been, Noose I should say, have been walled off. They're going to be taken down by OG, Effect, and Unko. And now they're just going to walk forward to point. They have the high ground. They have the double cowboy. It's high noon.
It is high noon in more ways than one. There's actually two suns in the sky. Unko on the May, and Fuel just walking their way back on
triple cowboy.
McCree.
It's the triple cowboy for Fuel.
All right.
Dallas living up to its name. They have all the cowboys. They're doing their cosplay. It's time to win.
I mean, Houston can say whatever they want about their Texas slogans, but right now Dallas is looking pretty Texas to me.
Yeah, that's a triple. You don't really see the triple cowboy too often. It's an unstoppable force. Look at them moving forward with the Brigida, with the Ana, just catching one person at a time.
They eliminate the imposter McCree. He's not Texas enough to be in this game.
Spitfire instead have decided to go more May-centric. They're a little bit more May-centric team. They got the double May.
Yeah, it can get pretty chilly in the UK. I believe it. Gark can take it down. Which McCree do you go for?
I mean, Effect and OG are still just popping off. And, Effect is very, very good on that hit scan. And OG, he's no slouch either. He will get taken out by Gesture. The main tank wars. Looks like Gesture once again comes up on top.
Well, Dallas going to be down to Cowboy here. Effect, so close. Down he goes. And Fuel getting off brand, but getting a Mercy here. Not too bad.
You always need that.
Double Mercy.
Double Mercy.
Uh-oh.
Seems like Fuel likes to just move in sort of waves of two as they move to their heroes. But now Unko is already going to go down to Gesture again, but OG is still alive. Is he going to go? They're just diving. This is this is an almost dive, a May dive, something you don't see too often.
Yeah, I don't think you see the double May dive very often at all, but it's about to get frosty in here. Effect trying to get away. Might do that here, but the problem for Fuel is that Spitfire, they're starting to bring them back into their base. Meanwhile, Progress going their way. Double walls!
But the nano for Unko, I should say, as he can just walk forward, he picks up Nuss, then Harry Hook's going to take up Profit. And I think they finally broken the forward hold because that double May setup is two walls you have to get through choke. It's just a quite unconventional. There's a lot of things you have to go through. It's like a siege.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It is protection to say the least, but Fuel now just kind of powering their way through. Unko on the Reaper, taking some space here, and Fuel looking to retake. This is getting real close.
It is getting very close, but Fuel, I think, will flip the point they have. Mickey and OG just getting frozen repeatedly on the high ground by Gesture. He won't stop. He just keeps on freezing. He manages to get out, too, so he still managed to retain that May hero.
We're coming down to one final fight here. Spitfire reestablishing around the point. Fuel currently on it. Profit going down there, but there's Fury! The 2K on the top from the self-destruct, and Spitfire might be retaking this here.
Okay, Fury. He just manages to swap to his main. Just gets his main so he can win the round for London real quick. And now there's only 10% left, but I don't think Fuel will be able to touch in time. I think this is going to be the first map going London's way, more than likely.
It is, and that goes in line with our predictions, but, well, your predictions.
My prediction.
Yes, not mine.
And the Death prediction.
Yes.
And the Death prediction.
Yes, but, you got to believe in Harry, is what I wanted to do there, and he did have moments, especially on the Sombra back on the first round, but it was fun.
It was fun, and, like I said, it's just validating my Mystery Hero prediction. The Desk and I were sort of in the same wavelength. So, I mean, to be expected, my brain is massive. I'm a Mystery Heroes legend. It's preseason, so I'm in my element. I'm looking at my lore advantage of preseason. So, it's looking really good for myself so far. ZP, you're 0-1 for predictions.
I mean, clearly, look, who could have thought that Dallas, after getting such an incredible advantage, 3 Cowboys on a Texas team, that they would let it go to the wayside? It's unbelievable.
I mean, that's just what happens. When your mental crumbles, as they say, it was clear they were falling apart there at the end. They weren't playing as together as they needed. They weren't utilizing their triple McCree strategy against the double May. They had the range advantage. So really they have to come together in the dugout, they have to just have a general strategy meeting and make sure they're synced up on the same page in terms of their mystery hero strategy.
It is very important. I mean, look, if you're not prepared for the contingencies where you have to be 3 Cowboys against 2 Mays, where really, clearly the most common Overwatch scenario you could ever be in, I don't know what to say.
I mean, it's a test for the season. It's a test for the 2019 season. If you can't adapt, then you're just going to lose, you know? That's some evolutionary stuff. You get stronger or you die out.
Pretty much.
That's it.
But you know what, this field team, I believe what's going on right now, I haven't even been told officially, but just going off of yesterday, you know, this is clear, like, big production brain. Pretty sure there's 7 players in and out here, where teams, of course, they do want to get players a little bit more experience, and these are first to 2s. So after one more map, that could be it. It could be London's, and be looking to our second match of the day.
First to 2s, otherwise known as BO3s.
There is a difference, though, as far as
is there a difference?
As far kind of, sort of. They like saying first to 2s because if you don't say first to 2 and then you have a tie, it gets confusing because it's a best of 3, but we've played 4 maps type of.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. Yeah. I see where you're coming from. That makes sense.
So that's why the terminology is now first to 2, first to 3, first to 4. The more you know. That we're not just trying to be cheeky on these phrasings.
That's true.
We're trying to make things easier for you guys to understand.
That is good terminology to break down there. And we're just going to be moving in. And also not just moving in all your players on stage. But you also want to make sure that they've tested all their peripherals. Because everyone has different peripherals. Everyone has their different setups, their different key bindings. And so you actually saved and kept in sort of pretty much your profile account, your LAN profile account for Overwatch League. So I have to make sure that everyone's is ready to go for the first matches of the season. So you have to rotate everyone in just in case. So you want to know it would be functioning when you get to game day.
I actually remember there's fun stories in regards to that where I think it was Raucus where his mouse used at the time. I don't know what sponsor. I don't know if we can name sponsors just because of the Nebulous Gaming mouse, right? Where he just has a mouse.
I love that one.
It breaks. And Bare Hands basically had to go all over the state of California to try and get him a replacement in time. Where he's just like, I can't get in stores yet. I don't know where to go for this. And Ryan's like, I'm not going to be able to play.
I mean, security is very tight for the peripherals. You know, they have it locked down. They can't take it out except for matches. And if you don't have the exact same right one, then you know you're out of luck because you need to have the Blizzard verified one.
It's a full just on legal bureaucracy at that point where you got to get your T's crossed, your I's dotted. It's a real thing.
It is. And also, you know, this is where you're putting it to the test. The fire, the forges of battle as mystery heroes. If your peripherals can survive the intense conditions of mystery heroes for the 2019 community countdown, then you can get through the rest of the season and win.
Absolutely. I mean, if your mouse isn't withering under the fire of 3 McCrees or the incredible frost of Double May, you're good to go.
Wow. It sounds almost RPG-like then. And it sounds like Wizards. You know, there's just a lot of different elements blowing around through the battlefield, which
I've certainly been photoshopped as a wizard in my time.
Have you?
Yes. And I'm not going to name names, Achilleos, but also Achilleos, you know, may or may not have made me as well, actually it was Gandalf or maybe Hagrid. It was like both, actually.
Is Hagrid a wizard? I don't think Hagrid's a wizard.
Close enough.
I don't think Hagrid's a wizard. Hagrid is also a New York, you know, representative. The other one is Slasher, so I don't think Hagrid is a wizard.
Are you taking this from me? You're saying that
I don't think he is. Someone who's a Harry Potter. We only know enough about the weird J.K. Rowling.
He has magic.
Does he have magic?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not.
He's able to use a wand. He's just not good at it.
Oh. Well, there he is. So he's a bad wizard.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still, I get the title. We don't have to go with the prefix.
I want to be a wizard. Achilleos, can you shop me as a wizard?
I mean,
I'm putting that out there to you, Achilleos.
Okay, you understand.
I want a wizard photo by the day.
He's just gonna make you with the Harry Potter.
That's fine.
Like he did Jake.
That's fine.
That's all that. That's all that.
I'll
that's
take
going
it. I'll take it. I just want to have something. I want to have something done by Achilleos for me into a wizard.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure he's gonna be able to do that. He's like barely living life right now, where he's like going.
So he's like Voldemort.
PC. Yeah,
Voldemort's barely alive. So really, we're getting really into the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah. I just know the last I heard stuff is like, I hate this laptop. I need my PC. Let's go here. I really want to play this game that I play. It's just, you know, it's rough life. You fly across Pacific and you're not ready with your gaming PC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe if he'd used his magic as Voldemort, he would have just been able to teleport it across.
He's trying to keep a low profile. People think he's dead.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't want to be caught. He doesn't want to be caught by the. But I think the Muggles is the terminology, right?
It is.
That was the terminology, yeah. It's been a while since I've read Harry Potter, so I'm sorry if there's any ardent Harry Potter fans or watching.
You're making so many enemies right now.
I haven't even seen all the movies. I haven't even seen all the movies, guys. Like, it's just not. It's not. You know, I'm more of a high fantasy rather than like more of like the.
Yes. High
fantasy. Yeah.
Yes.
Like Warhammer. You know, that's high fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Doa would appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
Doa would appreciate Warhammer. Doa's real into that.
It is true. He paints his figurines all the time. Like, he actually has full-on painting series. Like, if you are in the Warhammer, like, he will sit there, and he has a very detailed army. Where I don't ever want to get near that army, mind you, because you know very well, as does everyone that was on the pre-show with me, I'm pretty clumsy. I get near Doa's army, this ends with me tripping and just taking out half the army in a catastrophic
You almost
attack.
destroyed our production equipment during the middle of Contenders when we were in cast.
It was very close.
Yeah, it was. I was actually deathly afraid you were going to take like thousands of dollars of equipment and send it tumbling to the ground along with my, since it was attached to me, since I had the headset on, my neck would have just snapped, right there.
It would have been real grim.
That would have been a truly unfortunate scenario. But we are just waiting for the teams to rotate everyone back in, get into the next map, because, you know, it's competitive integrity here is what's most important for Mystery Heroes. And so we have to make sure that they are set up properly and that everyone's comfortable and that we can begin the best quality of matches.
We need serious strategy meetings also. Like, you know.
I know Arrow's sitting down with all of Fuel right now. I'm like, guys, it's our season. Did you not see my really dramatic promo? Come on, it's our season.
He looked very serious in that promo.
He was very serious, and he's ready for Mystery Heroes.
Yeah, Arrow, and you know, okay, you gotta give it to Arrow here. Where this is gonna sound like half snark, but it's not really. I respect the image branding for Arrow. Is that anything official? He's in a suit jacket. He might be wearing.
Well, you just love suits.
Okay.
You love suits.
Why
Okay?
do you gotta bring this back on me?
Because you're talking about suits again.
Yes.
You're bringing it about. It's like, I respect Arrow because of his suit, not because of what he does, not because of
because he's a good guy.
It's the suit. He's got a nice suit going on. He's looking slick.
It's not because he's a good guy or the fact that we've played games together. I've talked with. No. It's because he wears a suit.
Yeah. See, you know, we've had a lot of conversations about suits here, and he's very much a suit snob.
It sounded like you're saying suit.
Snoot.
Like as if like a playground in chimneys or something.
Yes, it would be like sort of a chimney sweep type of situation there. And I just got my suit tailored, and he's like I was going through some areas. He's like, oh, you would dare use them to tailor your suit? Like,
I gave you a good recommendation.
You did give me a good.
You got a good price.
But I mean, still.
And yet you mock.
I will
you
still
mock.
mock. I will still mock.
Just because I tried to get you to drop $1,500 on a suit.
It's not gonna happen. By the way, listen to this: $1,500 on a suit. That's nuts.
Yes.
That's nuts. That's crazy. I won't do that.
You're not gonna see if you can get a red plaid suit without. You know.
I just won't have it. I won't have it at all. But the teams, you know, they're still shuffling in here, getting ready, and you know, are you gonna revise your predictions maybe? London? Swap to London for the
the revised. No, I'm not falling into what I like to call the Puckett trap, where Puckett would give people the option. Midway through, is like, you want to change your prediction? You want to change your prediction now? And yet he had some sort of superpower that when people would change a prediction, be like, I guess I should have changed my prediction. No, you're channeling Chris Puckett right now, and I refuse.
I'm not channeling Chris Puckett. I'm asking you to channel Chris Puckett. There's a difference because I want you to change your prediction. I'm confident in mine. I'm Bryn. I'm Bryn right now. I'm 100% success rate.
I don't see a book. Where's your book of prophecy?
100% success rate so far. Just like Bryn. He has never once made a wrong prediction. He has a giant galaxy brain. And so I'm channeling that.
You know, I tortured Bren today, in a sense. I made him envision a scenario that's rough, where Bren was complaining over the fact that he has hilariously long legs for his height.
He does.
Which makes air travel really rough for him. I said, I want you to imagine air travel on a certain low-budget airline, not known for their legroom, and now imagine that they do international service and you have to take a 16-hour flight to Australia. He actually sent me a personalized video of him just grimacing. He really likes
the personalized videos, by the way. Did you see his food reviews on his Twitter? He's just like sitting there talking about the peri peri chicken, and then he has to respond with multiple 2 to 3 minute videos of him just talking about the disaster that was the peri peri chicken in that particular area. It's like the UK. It's like Gloucester. I don't know where he's
Gloucester.
No,
I could have stayed out of that.
You could have said nothing. So whatever it was. So UK people, go ahead and roast me.
It's done. Like
it's already out there.
They're already going like, I don't know about these guys to begin with, and now we've just
we're just Yanks, guys. We don't know all your British whimsy.
We're just not dignified.
Yeah, we're not dignified enough. It's really true.
It's just is what it is.
So I'm sure I'll be hearing from Bryn or Sideshow.
In video form.
In video form, yeah. I hope he's sending me a video format for it.
Sideshow Overwatch.
Said show Overwatch.
Yeah.
He's he's not happy with that terminology, but we're gonna use it anyways.
So guys, what we are going to do here, since the technical difficulties have gone a little bit longer, and I know if we throw it a break, it's immediately going to come back on. We are going to go to a quick break until it's back, because we're going for 6 hours right now. We are rapidly burning through our filling material here, where it's not planned out, but I feel like we're going to retread.
I have days.
He has days.
I'm ready to go whenever, but we are going to go to a break.
We'll be back soon. right, guys, we are back. Apparently there were some stream issues in the back that are getting worked on in terms of graphics and whatnot. It's a weird thing where I guess some streams have been having issues, others haven't. Definitely apologize for that. But guys, we are getting directly back in the game here. It's going to be round number 2.
And it's going to be looking like Numbani.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be our map that's going to be coming up here. And I think it'll really allow some of these teams to execute their flexibility. We talked about it in Contenders, but I think with Mystery Heroes even more so. We can definitely see some flexibility here on that Numbani map.
Yep, flexibility. Where, I mean, Numbani, we already see a lot of crazy stuff to
begin
with, let alone, you know, in Mystery Heroes where it's going to be even crazier by default. So, again, should be here in just a second, and I'm curious to see what the teams have.
I am as well.
And then some. Birdring will be falling here immediately as the fuel look to go in. And right now, they've gotten a pretty good roll here, I'd say. You got a Orisa, you got a Mercy. Things are pretty good.
This is actually a great defense. We sort of jumped on in there, but we see the initial London dive onto that top high ground as the charge comes out and takes AKM off the map, actually. So they won't have the D.Va to eat the spam for the next fight. So pretty good for profit there at the end.
All right, meanwhile, Spitfire. Let's take a look at what they have here as they work on the attack. That's right. They have a Pharah set up. Fury keeps getting Pharah. This seems to keep happening.
They really want to put Fury on the Pharah setup, and you know we've seen a lot of off tanks previous in Contenders actually just play the Pharaoh a lot instead of the D.Va.
So Spitfire, we'll see how they approach here. But the problem that they have here is that you will actually have a reasonable setup. Okay, I'm the Doomfist, not as traditional, but Deuce is going to fall immediately, and OG well protected in the background.
Oh, look at the charge! It comes in. AKM's going to be picked up by Gesture as well. Look at this! Look at this disruption by Prophet. Then Fury follows up, gets 2. And I think they've opened up the offense now.
I think they've opened it up right away. And also, I know there's a little bit of music going in the background. We'll mute that in a second here. The Spitfire will be getting point A.
This was a pretty successful offense for Spitfire, I would say. They managed to break up what was not a very good setup for them, and just open it up with based off Fury and the dive.
Spitfire able to get in, get point A, and it's not too bad of a time in the end. Meanwhile, Zachary, people just keep rolling Doomfist.
Doomfist is a strong character in Mystery Heroes, okay? It's a great 1v1 hero. You get all that self-sustain. The Dragon comes out from Verdos and picks up AKM, and this is sort of a roll for London so far. They've opened up the first offense, and now they're just going from there. They're just using their staying on their heroes, getting their ult charge up, and just taking it to the second point.
Well, and don't forget, too, if you can keep on your heroes, as Mystery Heroes, when you wipe the other team, they're losing ult charge and having to change to a comp that might not be as good, but oh man, double Zarya.
Double Zarya with the Hog. I like this setup a lot, actually, because you can just double bubble the Hog and just let him be much more aggressive than he normally is, because he's really just a damage sponge.
Yep, and I mean, double Zarya, that was something that was very much in favor way back in the day. Obviously, long time still thing. Birdring going a little bit deep. Both Divas going to be in trouble here. Gesture getting demacked. And Fuel, off this new setup, double Zarya working out well for him.
I'm not going to lie, that should not be possible. ZB, you're running double D.Va and somehow lose to the Hog, the hero that is most countered by D.Va because she eats all of his damage, I should say.
So, Styles Fuel moving on in. Zachary on to Zarya. And here's the scary thing here, too. He's getting close to a grab.
He is, and this will be a really big grab because there won't be any defensive ult up for Spitfire, though they will pick up Zachary. Pedosin doing a lot of the Hanzo.
Coming on in. Spitfire, of course, now re-rolling. We're Birdring. Still on D.Va. Gesture now going to get a Bastion. Spitfire's just rolling Divas right now.
Pedosin, he's been hitting some very good headshots. He drops up the Hanzo ult as well. A lot of damage coming out. Spitfire trying to follow it up. Pedosin's been opening up on the Hanzo.
So, Spitfire getting a little bit more momentum here, even with this has gone on, and Gesture piling on. They might be stuck in the grab. Doesn't seem to matter too much.
It doesn't matter because Gesture is back on the Bastion, the best hero in Mystery Heroes. He's there. He's got the self-sustain. He's got the damage. He's going to get set up, and I think he's going to be a thorn in Fuel's side.
Very likely here. And overall, it's been a quick time for the Spitfire. Thus far, Fury going to find Unco, and oh, that's a quick change. Going to be off Tracer there. And Spitfire, again, just good momentum.
I mean, right now, this is actually a pretty good composition for Fuel, but they are going to lose AKM. They still have OG, so if they can keep them alive, they're going to have the support up for these coming fights. But Birdring's going to get him off with a quick melee, finish him off with the side there. Closer picks up Pedosin, so London's going to keep on moving forward.
That's coming around RCK, and again, onto momentum and Gesture. Got super low there, gonna heal back up, and that's big. Not only, of course, still alive and on Bastion, but now getting close to the tank mode as well. And Deuce just squeezing the Winston here as Spitfire really have yet to be stopped after the beginning.
Deuce has been quite a minute. Closer instead, he's just dodging. He's dodging Deuce so hard here. He doesn't want to take the fight with the Winston. They're just looking at each other as Gesture pops that tankle and he's picking up the frags here on the point.
Spitfire moving in deeper. Self-destruct to the top here from Prophet. Could be the finishing blow. Gonna find Unco. And the Spitfire. Real close here. Finishing things out. AKM gonna fall in. Now just about cleanup.
And on that side closer, pop that blade to try to pick up Nuz, and he does get them in the end, but not with the blade. Invested everything there. So maybe, need to work on those blades a little bit closer.
Diva here on the point, and actually getting some pretty good delay here where it was looking like Spitfire had it, but able to stagger the way back on over. Birdring's gonna fall, and Fuel gonna fight their way back. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Good contest. Once back again with the double Zarya coming out for the Fuel. Seems to be a big fan there. As they sleep Gesture, AKM sleep Gesture, and they're going to get the late pick on him. That's going to be the stagger, which is what they need.
Meanwhile, Fuel gets to solidify a little bit with the double Zarya, and okay, well, double Moira is gone, and now they get a Doomfist, so not the best roll here for Spitfire.
No, Doomfist is going to be great against this. Against Zarya, the Zaryas can't do anything. You're going to be looking for the bubbles, but they can't really finish them off very quickly. There's not a lot of burst damage. Zachary, though, getting those Ana heals from AKM, they're going to be getting close to another Nano Blade, and that's quite possibly the best win condition you can have in Mystery Heroes.
If they can stay on both the Genji and Ana long enough here to just build that up, because obviously you go into a fight, you lose one, well.
OG dropping some tactical crouches. Just a little bit of tactical crouches, because AKM's been slipping a lot of people so far on this Ana. He's seems pretty proficient. Maybe they've been actually in true Dallas Rule position. We've seen Time on main tank last season, so maybe we'll see AKM on Ana for this season.
AKM going, you know what, it's actually time to go on. So, never know. But actually, to that, close having a nano up just because there's been so many successful fights in a row. Gesture gonna fall. That's Fuel right now. Yeah, well, here comes the Nano Blade the other way around. RCK moving on in. And Birdring not going to be able to stay alive. So any hope of Nano Blade for London just falling to the wayside.
There it is, RCK cleaning up, stopping the frag onto OG there. As they actually pulls out his pistols to finish off the Dosen. So now OG just taking it into spawn. Will he win the 1v1? No, he doesn't. Gesture, well done.
Gesture able to go back, deal with OG. I mean, that is a blow to the Fuel. They had a Mercy that was getting close to Valkyrie, and now who knows what OG is going to get. And makes life hard. Oh, he gets Zen. That might be better.
Yeah, Zen might be a pretty good hero. We've talked about before. Zen is a really good hero. As both actually Fuel will be running this double support setup as well because Budosin's on that Lucio. Spitfire moving in so aggressively, losing these early.
Zach gonna drop the barrage on top. Gets enough. It gets both Divas demaxed, and now OG loses Zen there. So Fuel, even as they hold here, their hero setup is gonna get shifted around quite a bit.
Dropping
Spitfire,
the solo grab onto Birdring out of mech. You know, sometimes you gotta drop the solo grab on a Baby Diva.
Sometimes it's required. Spitfire, final 25 seconds here. We'll see what they can do. Prophet does have a self-destruct, so this could be a big moment. Gonna let it fly. Who's the back?
Oh, gets OG. And he's gonna pick up Unco, who got hooked into the team while in Baby Diva form. So that's a 2K from Prophet. That's opening it up for London. This is it.
Meanwhile, RCK, another Nano Blade. Moving on in, gets the Brig. Now looking. Back on the Diva. Not quite gonna grab it there, but
well, London lives up to their namesake.
Yeah.
That's a C9.
It is.
That is a C9, ladies and gentlemen.
That's just advertising your parent company.
That's you gotta throw that out there for the fans. You gotta have a quick C9. So London, I appreciate that.
So in the end, Fuel able to recover there. They end up rolling into a pretty good setup, getting not one but 2 Nano Blades off. So I mean, look, if you think about Mystery Heroes, is you can keep people alive. If you can roll something that's good, it's not too bad to hang on.
But it's not just about the hero setups. It's about your strategies, EP. And it seems like Fuel was, they got the heroes they wanted, and they played very selectively around them. So clearly, Arrow did have a sit-down talk with them between maps. And was like, guys, you got to protect the AKM Ana. You got to enable the RCK Genji, and that's what happened.
Did they plan on the AKM Torb, though?
They weren't planning on the AKM Torb, probably. I think that'll be maybe throw a wrench in their strategy meetups,
The classic Torb on attack is what we're gonna get
It's
here.
possible. I've seen East Coast ranked.
Yeah.
It's possible. You can see the Torb just come up and just do a lot of damage.
As a man who's familiar with East Coast ranked, this is a situation I've seen many a time. Spitfire though, gonna be holding this really aggressively. Birdring going in. That's over and done with before you can blink.
This is a pretty strong forward hold, I would say, for London. They are running only a solo healer, but it's Lucio, which means they're going to be able to get that Reaper for Birdring up into the grill of Fuel very easily here on the spawn doors.
Birdring, well, holding right behind, looking for the juiciest target to come on out. He's still waiting. No one's really taking a look at, and now gonna go straight in. AKM on the Zen, nowhere he can go. Nice position for Birdring there, and seemingly cloaking visibility.
This is him just, they're not expecting the Reaper on the Jeep. The Reaper on the Jeep near the spawn doors is something you don't see too often on Dubani. But Spitfire, of course, being the world-class team they are, making it work.
Spitfire making this aggressive hold of their own right now here, where you'll even though they're able to bring things back to their own defense, it's not going to matter if they can't even get to point A.
There's Zachary gets another hook, but he's just not able to find any of those frags because that double bubble means you can't get anything. You cannot get any frags with Roadhog.
It is incredibly frustrating. It's like, the bubble's gone. Guess what? There's another. But again, Birdring yet to really be contested, just deep in the back there. Meteor Strike coming in, not going to do much of anything. And Spitfire is just going to back off a little bit. They've lost enough that they're going to go, you know what, let's wait to get a good grab.
And you know the worst part about this is for Spitfire, or not for Spitfire, but for Fuel, on top of losing Zach just now to Birdring, is the fact they have a grab, and Gesture's about to have another grab as well.
Grab on the way.
Prophet! Look at him go. He's still going. Can he get more frags? Let Prophet get the frags.
Probably just like, this is a DPS character now. This is just how it's going to be.
Oh, he's chasing the Hanzo down. He's 1 HP. There he is, deep into the spawn. Here comes Unko with the charge out, but Gesture's going to run him down. Prophet going to pick up that frag as well. Prophet must be on like 4 kills now.
Yeah, he's feeling the beats right now, and he's about getting ready to drop one where, by the way, double Graviton in reserve for the Spitfire with 2 minutes left to go.
This is a pretty good setup, I would say. On top of that, there's the beat. There's the Death Blossom going deep into spawn. Grab used. Spitfire investing a lot of ults just to make sure that Fuel knows that they're the superior mystery hero team.
This is where we remind you that Birdring has been on Reaper this entire time, has not fallen yet, and he's basically camped out there the entire time.
The spawn doors are their home. Yep. It is their home for this setup, and Gesture, he saved his grab. He's ready. He's ready to just use it for the next setup.
He's ready to go, and Spitfire gonna back up a little bit. And as you said, Gesture holding on to the grab. It's like, yeah, they just use grab, it's fine. No, it's not fine. Gesture gonna come from the flank, drop the grab, and once more, Spitfire gonna dive right on in. Cadosin, though, gonna fall, and doesn't quite go as well for him.
They managed to break the hold, especially with Unko having that world. It means they stay alive. There wasn't a lot of cleanup for London. The back cap is happening. Is OG going to be able to get more ticks? He already has 1, almost 2. No, he's going to get stopped by Prophet, the Fraggy, and Lucio, and cleaned up by Gesture.
Not too bad here. Really going to be coming on in, and Spitfire now, next wave of heroes coming on out. Gesture going to fall, and got May on the field. Let's see if Spitfire can regroup in time, but all the momentum definitely going here for Fuel.
And this should be a first point cap. It's going to be a hook for AKM. But Osen, he's still alive. He's managing to touch. He has shield, but it's only him. This will be cleanup.
That charge going to bring him for a bit of a ride. So Fuel, they were looking down the barrel of being held on first as
Zachary does a little celebration flips, does some of that Tony Hawk Pro Skater flips. You get to see some Winston do sometime.
Yeah, you just see sort of the 1080 X4 going over him off of that. And you're the man looking for any sort of early pickoff that you can get, and Spitfire. Not probably the most ideal setup here, but we'll see if they can make this work. Early DMAC coming out for Prophet.
I actually think this is a pretty solid setup for London. They have the double healer. They have Prophet on that Tracer, a signature hero of his. Fury's been building up to May. As long as they win the tour battles, Gesture's got to win these tour battles. He gets Zach.
All right.
Can he beat RCK? It's here on the flank.
This is what we wanted to see. The tour versus tour.
Let's go.
It's happening. They're going into it.
Oh! Hey, he doesn't respect the hammer.
No.
Doesn't respect the hammer duel. He just only right clicks. Come on, Zach. I can see Zach was going for the hammer.
Yeah, Zach is just like, I'm one from Megachu. I know how you're supposed to go here. If you want to add someone to the list, and he goes, nah, it's not happening.
Come on. Come on. Gesture, you're better than that.
Well, Spitfire reestablishing now, holding right at the Fuel spawn. This is shades of what we last saw from this. It would have to be Atlanta Academy. And bomb in for Prophet, looking for it. Not quite going to connect, but Birdring brought back up. Primal in reserve, able to use it just in time. He was getting focused.
And Prophet managing to keep his life on Tracer as well. This is once again back to a brutal spawn camping from London. They've sort of set it up. They're going to have both their support ults as well. Nus is currently using that Valk. Bedosen will have beat. It's looking very good.
It's looking very, very good right now.
Nus gets 2. He gets 2 frags.
Oh, man. Spitfire, no mercy right now, in the sense that they're not showing mercy. They actually have a mercy. And for the next fight, look,
5
support.
support.
The beat.
Sometimes you have 5 supports as Fuel, okay? Sometimes that's just you just need extra healing. You realize you have to get out of the spawn doors. You just need a little bit more sustain.
We just need to be healed enough to get out, and Spitfire goes, that's amazing. We're still going to put you in the ground.
Well, the 5 support strategy, perhaps not the best. Perhaps not what they needed. Maybe they're going to have to get some tanks to bust out of here, some more flankers so they can go pressure the point. But really, the 5 Fortress was not the play.
Not quite. So Spitfire, again, just locking them in spawns. Prophet up to another pulse bomb here. He's going to be waiting. He's gone.
Look at this aggressive hold on the doors. Prophet just sitting above. He has the pulse bomb.
He has targets he wants to go for. Didn't like
he's waiting for someone in particular. He wants to ruin someone's day as they walk out.
Someone who's just like, I just got the perfect hero. No, just
that'll be the person. Oh, AKM actually manages to block it as frags are going in the way for fuel, so they should be able to get out of the spawn camp now.
And more importantly, take a look. They have a Brigida. That's kind of that is the win card right now. I wish I knew more about the Hearthstone meta. It's like, that's a card you want.
They do have a Brigida, but Gesture. He's got the Blade. Can they enable him? Can Spitfire enable Gesture here? Because there's a really good chance for Fuel to roll this to last.
Yeah, well, for Spitfire, they're one fight away from putting this away and taking the series.
And look at this turret geometry. Seems to be at least a little questionable, Torb. I don't know how you've managed to do it. But this is why he's a master engineer.
He defies gravity. He just goes, you know what, gravity, it's a rule made to be broken. Prophet. Fall early here, Gesture holding on to the blade. A Torb in his face.
No, the Closer Torb.
You still have blade. You go!
Well, Closer, he's sort of a beast. So he doesn't want to let a Genji with blade get away from him while he's on Torb. That's his hero.
Yeah.
He put in the preseason. He talked about, that Torb is it's going to be my year. Torb is my hero.
Well, as it goes, Fuel starting to get unbridled momentum here, where again, they would love to take this to a third map. Up one here, Closer moving on in, and
Spitfire recognized as well the strength of the Torb and decided to double Torb.
Yeah.
They're gonna out Torb. Look at the stacked Torb turrets here. They're gonna grab Bedosin, so actually no more Torbs.
I don't think the double Torb RNG swap actually worked out in their favor.
No, it did not.
As Spitfire desperately hoping to get some heroes here, they'll help them delay, but they're in a rough spot. Fuel gonna keep this moving forward, and it's gonna be the Fuel taking Nambani after what they were getting spawn camped.
They were getting very heavily spawn camped. I thought that was gonna be London's for sure. Yeah. They had the initiative, they had the momentum. It seems like they were definitely, they were just in the head of Fuel. They were living rent free, as they say, as we talked about earlier. But it, seems like Fuel just their sit down chat worked. Arrow told them what to do. Arrow really told them how to play the Mystery Heroes, and they played it correctly.
Yes, that is our headcanon right now.
That is our headcanon.
That is exactly.
Arrow has done everything, okay? And Arrow is the Mystery Hero solution for Fuel. So I'm going to respect Arrow, and that I think he was the one to do it.
It's fair. I think it's lull them into a false sense of complacency there, where you're just like, you know what, you're totally fine, everything's going well. We're keeping them in spawn. There's only a few seconds left, and then before you know it, they just break out.
Yeah, but that was part of the plan. That was all part of the plan. Arrow said, guys, what if we just don't win at first and then win?
Yeah. You never know.
Can you argue against that? You can't.
It's hard to argue against.
You can't argue against that.
But one thing here, guys, just to make sure everything is still running smoothly in between maps. There might be a little bit to map 3, so we will take a quick break. When we come back, map number 3 for first series. Be right at you. And we're back here with the Overwatch League 2019 Community Countdown, where the players have almost done substituting here, where, again, it's kind of new for some of these players, where it's sort of, all right, how do we get all our equipment back in? So that's why things are a little bit longer in between maps relative to what you guys might be used to, but that means you get a little bit more time here to talk about some of the chaos.
Most importantly, the Torb duel.
Yes.
There was no respect, Gesture. There was no respect. Zachary was coming up. They're ready to use hammer, and you just pop him right there in the face. Don't even attempt to use the hammer at all. No respect, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all about teams trying their hardest in this mode as well, but it's also sort of, there's rules. There's lines of honor.
There's honor in Torb duels, and I just won't have it. I just won't have that.
Right now, I know that somewhere out there, Mangachu is crying. Like, tears are being shed because of what went on there.
And Defran. Defran's a big Torb guy as well, so, I mean, it's unfortunate that both the big Torb specialists got to see that live on stream.
The Torb gods look down and they cry.
They cried.
They weep.
They as they say, build it up, break it down. You know, so
that was a lot of breaking down, and not the good way.
There was a lot of break it down. But we are going to be moving on into the next map now, which I believe is going to be we got ourselves some Anubis.
Yeah, a little bit of Anubis play coming on in, and as we take a look here, it's going to be Fuel on the defense, and Harry Hook back in.
Harry Hook, he's going to be on the Diva though, Diva Hook. Going to be on not so much the carry hook strategy, but he could be doing a little carrying. And the good thing for Fuel on this defense is they have started with the double healer setup. They started with the Ana and the Brigitte.
And Brigitte, I mean, we focus a lot on it, but having the Ana also pretty good. Meanwhile, on the Spitfire side, they got Zen Mercy. That's a win.
They have Zen Mercy with the soldier at that. That's a lot of synergy there.
And Krillin's gone.
Zachary just annihilates Krillin.
Krillin got just sent to another dimension is what we saw there. But he is brought back up, wish to the dragon, bring him right on in. And Spitfire still with, okay, Fury's gone. Maybe not so much edge in this fight.
Well, Effect picking up Fury there means that they won't have that compositional advantage as much anymore. Guard is making a lot of distraction, but really he's just giving a lot of ult charge to Effect.
Zachary finding Noose on the outside. Now, with the Tracer looking for it, and he's feeling pretty good about that. You're getting support from the Ana in the back, just going to move in, finds Gesture, and this has been Zachary's game so far.
And look at Effect going deep into the spawn. Is he going to Death Blossom here? No, he's deciding, I'm just going to keep running over Orisa after Orisa. Multiple Orisas coming out of spawn for London.
It doesn't matter how many of them you make. I will scrap them all.
It's very clear that Effect has made the smart choice here. You know, continuing to play Reaper, realizing that they're far too reliant as Zach pops off on the Hanzo.
Zachary just feeling unleashed right now as Prophet goes, let me take matters in my own hands.
Prophet? Prophet sort of lost Zach there. He lost him in the chaos. He was pistoling them, as now they have the double Mercy set up for Prophet and Nuz.
Well, I mean, the good part there, you lose one Mercy. The other Mercy can bring you back up. Zachary, though, strikes again. Finds guard. Zachary continuing to go wild, and finally Effect gonna let it spin.
Effect deciding to come up the high ground from the boat as Zach continues to just get kill after kill as London are leaving spawn.
It's pure carnage coming in from Zachary right now. Again finds Prophet.
Well, Effect will continue to just utilize his high ground as you see the statues. Just going to drop on anyone unsuspected. As Zach, he just can't be stopped. He can't be stopped.
I would do anything for a first-person view of Zachary, just like a highlight reel again.
Well, we're paused. So it seems like London has rage quit, is my guess. London has decided enough's enough, Zach, okay? We're going to take a break. We're going to take it, let's have a group huddle. Let's talk about where our strategy is going wrong here. And I think that's more than likely. We saw that with Fuel earlier in the series, so I think that's what London's more than likely doing here as well.
Something clearly was going awry there, or Zach was just having the best game of his life, where, we didn't always have the absolute best view of it, but what we just saw there was like Zachary, just non-stop domination coming in from Zach.
Well, he's set up properly, because once you hold that spawn, I mean, Zach, you just pop off. And there's a reason that he was picked up for Fuel. He's especially on projectile. I think he's a very talented player. He's someone that originally back in the day was a Genji player, almost exclusively. Just played a lot of Genji. So I think when we're moving to the regular season for 2019, I think it will be very exciting to see him just showcase some of that flexibility.
So Zach's mom might actually harm me for bringing this up here, because I said, okay, we're not going to bring this up anymore, but Zach is one of the most improved players ever, where it's far enough in his backstory, but if you haven't watched, Zach went from being a player that struggled on Renegades back in the day to being one of the top players. He was a true sort of player that signified what Path to Pro meant and how you could improve over time. And seeing him do this now for OWL players, it's really cool to see.
And we are going to be back in game as Zach gets another 2 quick kills, but Prophet traded his life for RCK, which is the perfect opening frag for London to finally get out of spawn. Now, there's only one healer in Brigida, which isn't a lot of sustain.
Meanwhile, Effect, he's been on this Reaper just doing constant damage. If it's not Zachary, it's Effect, where once Reaper gets going with the new changes, it's hard to keep him
How
back.
do you stop him? How do you stop him? So London, they're really going to have to come together here, build some coordination if they're going to hope to get this first point of Anubis. As we pause again.
The pause.
So it seems London still isn't done, huh? Seems like they're just smashing some keyboards. Like, why can't we get Zach? Why can't we get Effect? And it's like, guys, you got to think with your head, huh? Got to really put in your mystery hero specialists. Got to put in your big boy pants.
At some point, you also realize that you have more players on your team than who are currently playing. That's spare players who just go to the Zach's station, unplug his mouse.
That's true.
Just
you can do some on-site sabotage. It's a very real possibility.
Look, I mean, we know the Outlaws were playing their John Cena comp. I mean, we don't know how far down the WWE branch that people have gone here. But regardless, we're back in Effect, still holding this corner right now where, you know, again, you would just love to be in a fight as it breaks down.
If Closer's able to get this Torbolt as well, this would be a very likely first ult here for Fuel. But they are going to lose that turret. They're not going to get that ult charge. They can just set it up again as the rest of London just push high ground, take Effect off of it, trying to deny all that space for Zach.
Yeah, I mean, Zach has to be public enemy #1 for them here right now, where if they're able to get him, they're so close they do. Fury dives in, and he's most likely not going to get Hanzo again, so they finally deal with that threat.
This was the best possible pick they could have, because Zach has been a quick thorn on their side. As Effect pushes main, actually, flanking with Closure on the other side. RC is going to be hit up by Fury. Closure's going to hammer kill Nuss, as Effect also gets Krillin.
Well, Krillin just went in. That was a dinner for Effect, but he wasn't ready for Bob, who actually is doing something this time around.
Bob, he's done it. Bob's done it, guys. He's opened up the point. Closure's going to pop that Torbolt, but it won't be able to stop the cap. Zach is coming back, but he only has very little HP, so he should probably just get out of it if he wants to keep the free.
Yeah, I mean, like, Hanzo's pretty good at early picks. Now he's on McCree. Don't think you're going to be able to go in there and just solo everyone down. Not without a distraction. There's a distraction coming on in. If Tracer moving in, he's able to get Krillin. Still a fight that Spitfire should win, but Fuel still taking their best cracks.
Effect is still alive, but he should be going down soon. There's no way he can win this fight. Nope. He picked up, just cleaned up by Gesture, and that's a guard. He'll have the Doomfist ult. He's going to have, it won't be a space jam, but it'll just be the space part of it.
Yeah, just a space. Just Doomfist going to the sky, and you know, you see what happens after.
And London here just going to have to look for an opening, maybe do a rotation through the left or right side. His Prophet picks up Zach very early, so now, Harry Hook though. Carry Hook, he's on the hit scan. Is it time?
It might be time. Of course, this last point here from McCree isn't the absolute greatest. Sightline's going to be a little bit rough, but we'll see what he does. Prophet, meanwhile, pressuring Harry. Tracer v McCree, something that can go Tracer's way often. It does in this case. Fury, a little bit of the backup from the side, and oh man, Prophet gets playing his bread and butter here, and I don't think the double bastion is going to scare him much.
I don't think the double bastion will be very effective against this composition. Spitfire a little bit too healthy, too mobile, and they're just going to be slowly but surely pressuring them off the point. The Nano Moira, making sure they have a ton of sustain.
Looking good here for Spitfire, working their way onto the point. Fuel, a bit thrown back right now, but RCK able on the window to find Krillin, and now Effect making good use of the bastion.
Well, I think that's going to be a hold for Fuel. They managed to recontest London. Despite having all the advantage in their corner, they had the ults up, they had the position, the frags, they just weren't able to clean up.
No, not quite. And of course, here's the thing, Mystery Heroes, you have some momentum, but when you lose it, you lose everything. You start swapping off, and suddenly you got double mercy, which is a good thing to have.
Oh, AKM, why would you lose your builder? You want to have the builder for the Anubis last. It's so strong, and instead he decides to take the 1v1, but carry.
Does he have time to build a blade, though?
He might have time to. This is the signature map, too, that we saw the AKM blade come out. We could see a 2.5-minute AKM blade.
It is a possibility. He gets Gesture early, and you know what? He's beating the average.
He is beating the average so far, but he's also been trapped, but no one to clean him up. Let's see if we can. I think really the narrative moving forward here is how fast can AKM get this blade or die?
Yeah, that's really what I care about right now. Is that how do you redeem for past
It looks
sins?
like London are they were playing some jump rope in this spawn, and RCK picks up Fury. So that's what we're seeing right here. We're seeing a little jump rope as they decided, let's not give ult charge to AKM. We don't want him to get a blade.
They're actually actively planning against AKM. Is at least our theory for what's going on at the moment.
Really smart from them. You don't want to give those stats early into the season. You don't want AKM to bring up that average time.
Well, Krill's going to fall. Both Mercies out of it, and Speaking of blades here, it's AKM and erases Zachary.
AKM, though, he's 1 HP. Will he be able to escape with his blade?
He gets healed.
This is it. This is what it's all about, Fuel. You need to get this AKM blade. This is what matters. This is what's important.
It really is the defining moment of our time. Also,
oh, and Zach's on Mercy. Perfect.
There you go.
That's what you needed. So you need to enable AKM to get this blade. So far, we're about a minute into the AKM blade.
And we're also about a minute away for Spitfire here if they're going to make anything happen on this attack as the double Maywall start coming out.
The double Maywall approach is something you haven't seen too often. You're going to use that as sort of a way to just move forward, not take all the bashes. But he's on high ground. He's doing so much damage.
Effect with the high ground bastion, laying in the rockets from above. And it's definitely making things rough here for the Spitfire. Down to their final 45 seconds. More importantly, AKM is about to have Blade.
AKM is, he's going to have it. He has 4%. He cannot die. This is the most important part of this matchup right here. He has it. He's got the Blade, ZP.
He got the Blade. It was about 2 minutes for what we were going at here. And now he's going to have it for the final fight.
And this is where we really want to see where all that work pays off for AKM. Will we be able to set up the Blade? Will Fuel be able to get that coveted 6K? Even just one would be nice.
Oh, 3 is down, and Fuel continuing to pressure the Spitfire here. And by the way, I just want to remind you, I predicted Fuel would win.
There it is, the AKM Blade, it's out.
He's moving on in, AKM goes in,
oh
and he's
my god, Prophet takes him down.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you're getting healing when you get hit with the Bionade. And I'm not saying I'm caster cursing anything here, but no. Spitfire is unable to get to the point, and you know what? Things are looking pretty good for Fuel right now.
Hey, you know, that was the fastest AKM Blade yet, wasn't it?
It was pretty quick.
What was the average again?
I don't remember the average.
I can't remember.
I don't have Achilleos on speed dial.
I would love to remember it, but I think that was, you know, but it also was still just as effective as the first because there were not a lot of value gone out of there.
All right, so Fuel here. We'll see what they do now. We swap sides, and they're going to be on the attack, but this is not a bad. Oh, they need a healer, is what they need. But you look at this, you got double Zarya.
Oh, here it is. We get to see the AKM Blade. Here we go.
Let's see how this broke down.
Look at this. Look at this master of his craft. He comes in.
Slow.
Oh, the sleep. Oh, of course. And there it is.
Oh.
Well, AKM, that is where you really got to be predicting some of those reflects. Maybe get back in the team huddle there. We're going to talk about those. We'll go over to the VOD review, as they say.
Yeah, that, you know, we didn't have the best view of what happened. Oh, man, that replay. That was top notch.
That's what I like to see. The production value there for the AKM Blade is all that matters to me. And Gesture hiding very close here, looking for the early Reddit charge, as they say.
And blocked. Really nice wall coming on in, and Fuel just looking to treat Gesture to a little bit of frosty
he's having
paradise.
a sad time. He's having a really sad time.
Just
he's still alive, though.
You know what? He brought his winter jacket. That's really the best explanation I have, but not in time. Zachary now on the May. Looking for low HP targets on the other side. His AKM moves it.
I have to say, the double walls here are very effective. You think you're safe, and then the next wall pops up, and you just can't leave.
It's just 2 ice demons chasing you. AKM, though, going to lose the May. Zachary, though, still healthy and whole here.
Oh, that's going to be the first point coming up for Dallas. They have those high-energy Zaryas as well. They have
3 Zaryas.
I think this is going to be it. This will be the first point. I think they can roll this. The last 3 Zaryas.
3 Zaryas. That's scary.
That is a scary amount. And all of it, remember, as long as Zach is building his nails incredibly quickly, that's 3 different Blizzard combos.
There's a lot of ways this could go well for Fuel here. I'm not going to lie.
As Gesture, he's just trying to harass RZK. You don't want to lose. He's 70% the grab. You don't want to lose him. Okay, good. He's going to stay alive. Gesture not able to pick it up. This is Fuel's chance to shine here. They're going to have 85% on that grab.
Zach somehow got Prophet early on here. They're going to have the man advantage, and granted, their lack of a healer kind of
could be a problem.
It might be a small little issue. They probably should hope Closer is able to get a healer, but they're getting nice Zarya energy as they move in. However, can they stay alive?
Ooh, picking up Gesture is a great frag here. They're on the point. Harryhook's so close to the grab. Will he be able to get in time? Where's Zach? This is it. This is where
gone!
Oh, no, the Torb.
There will be no Blizzard.
And Krillin, the strongest human on Earth, takes him out.
True. Somehow we surpassed Tien at one point or another.
Yeah, that's lore. That's lore right there, guys.
It is.
You wouldn't believe it because he never uses the Destructo Disc. Somehow it's the most powerful ability from Earth, but we never see it.
So you're telling me you blinded Frieza and then use your Destructo Disc? No, I never really thought about that.
It doesn't make any sense, huh? Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense to me that the most powerful human being name to be associated with a Torb.
Well, you know, it is what it is. But we're going in here, Spitfire. They've been able to regroup in full. Fuel now, of course, changes are on. Zachary going to be to the hog. Again, going to dive on in. double Winston coming into play, and again, just shades of old here in Mystery Heroes.
This is looking pretty strong for the London defense, but I mean, Effect, he's on that McCree, he's doing a lot.
This is where Effect likes to be. Obviously, a hit-scan hero is very comfortable with 3 pickoffs, and Fuel looking for a way in. Remember, they only have to get 33% here on the point. Effect with a lot of room to work with, and that's going to be it. The Fuel take the first series of the day over the London Spitfire.
And you know, it brings a tear to my eye as you can see me wiping.
They can't see you.
They can't see me. I'm not on yet.
No.
No.
We haven't swapped yet.
No.